Okay, my beautiful friends, here we go. Another week in the Freak Show. It is Monday, August 7th, 2023. Let's start off with the market today because some things are going on which we need to keep our eyes on. Number one, we have the U.S. 10-year yield rising slightly. We're at 4.08. I mean, this is still an absolutely eye-popping drop from where we were just early last week. And this market was falling under a lot of pressure. As a matter of fact, last week was a negative week for the market as risk in the market continues to rise and get out of control. Friday was exceptionally interesting in my view, how this played out. We had the 10-year yield literally fall off of a cliff. We had the U.S. dollar on a relative strength basis make an incredible turnaround, and we had a triple-digit loss, which turned into a triple-digit gain for the Dow, which turned again into a triple-digit loss. The market, again, is sending a direct message to the Fed. It's as clear as day to me, and it should be to you too. The market is saying, do more, do more, do more. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think the Fed is going to do more. I really do. Maybe I'm deluded. Maybe I'm delusional. A lot of you told me I was the last time when I said the Fed wasn't done. I don't think they're done. You have to understand what's going on here. Central banks around the world collectively are solidifying their position as world control. Period. That's what they're doing. The more debt they issue, the more they buy. It's a revolving door. You know how it works. They issue debt through one door, they buy it back through another. They issue debt through one door, they buy it back to another. Not only is this revolving door extremely inflationary, all right, but you're not allowed to know that, it also makes the central banks collectively stronger. What are they doing? They are buying it all. They have one product, debt. You know that. They issue it to the world in the form of currency for which we don't even own, okay? We work for the privilege to borrow it. And then we owe it back to the issuing central bank, plus interest that they create out of nothing, out of literally thin freaking air. So in my opinion, they are not done. They can't be done. As a matter of fact, debt must be issued more so than ever. I mean, if you recall the video I did just yesterday, if you haven't seen it, you should watch my last Markets A Look Ahead segment. In fact, I have some of this stuff right here. I mean, just look at this. Do you think this is going to stop? Do you think this is going to stop? That's the Fed's balance sheet since 2008. Okay, this is not going to stop. This was this little blip here on the radar screen with regard to the Fed's balance sheet. That's the last market crash. That's COVID, and this is where we're going from here. I mean, much, much higher. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you know, out of their own mouth. Check out that freaking headline. Look at that. You like that? Isn't that beautiful and lovely? You like it? No, I don't think you do. I really don't. Not going to stop. Not going to stop. Not going to freaking stop. You know, it's going to get monumentally worse. Anyway, on the back of all that, I'm laughing. You know, the lies, the tales, the distractions, the deceptions are all going to get even much, much, much crazier moving forward. But I'll tell you something else. In my view, and I'm sure most of you would agree, there's something else brewing. I can almost feel it. Some event here which is going to force them, of course it's not going to be forced because the event itself is going to be created out of nothing, to continue to pull cash into the now. Some false flag event, of course blamed on China and or Russia, you know, who knows. Something along those lines here, maybe another scamdemic. I'm sure they have that brewing here with leprosy and whatever else they wanted to watch. And then we got a warning here. I think it was Moderna, about a new, one of these guys, you know what I'm talking about. I don't even want to mention this stuff because you got to be careful what you say out here, because of a new wave that's expected to hit us all. You know, look, they got it all set up here. They have every angle covered, and if they're going to spring some kind of event like that on us, they're going to. You're going to see the same kind of a scenario, but worse. More of these, more control. And who knows what else. And unfortunately, just be ready for anything. As you always know, always have the high ground. Be prepared for it. Know it's coming. Some other event is coming. Period. All right, now going back to this market and the 10-year yield risk. Risk in the market this morning seems to be on the rise. The MMRI is just over 260 again, 260. You got cryptocurrencies under pressure. You got gold and silver under pressure. You got crude oil under pressure, but we've had one hell of a run here with crude. I don't think we're done there either. Energy, commodities, energy companies. This is stuff that you should be looking to get exposure to. Dividend-paying exchange-traded funds. Generate some cash flow for yourself. Obviously, betting against the debt. Become your own central bank. The stuff you know since I started out here. Physical silver, Greg's favorite asset of all time. Okay, you got all that down. You're in the right spots, at least in my opinion. Always do your own research and make up your own mind. So on top of crypto being under pressure, gold and silver under pressure, crude under pressure, you got the dollar this morning on a relative strength basis that's higher. Or the Dixie, DXY. You got the 10-year yield higher, as I said. Unless the Fed does more. And that was the message on Friday, people. That was the message as clear as day to me. And I think to you, obviously, as well, because the way the market responded. Oh, it got all euphoric and giddy and was spraying its shorts all over the place. When the 10-year yield went from 4.2 to 4.06. Over 4.2 to 4.06. Now we're up at 4.08, and the market still finished in the negative. So that's a message. That's a message. Will the Fed comply? That's the question of the morning, and I want to hear from you. I will read the comments, I promise. Do you believe that the Federal Reserve is going to do more to keep rates suppressed, to keep bond yields suppressed, on the back of how they're saying they're raising rates because they're really, really fighting inflation? You know they are, because that's what they're telling you. It's such a charade. I mean, let's talk about that for a second. You got the Fed, the European Central Bank, and the Bank of England all did the same thing. A 25 basis point hike. 25. I mean, come on, man. And they're expecting some miracles are going to occur. Really? How about food inflation, which continues to surge out of control, which you and I knew from I don't know how long ago. Energy inflation. These things have nowhere to go but worse from here. So be prepared for that too. They're not done strangling society to death, choking society around the world to death as they solidify their position. Central banks who are the world government, the Trumps, the Bidens, the freaks, everything else. That's just a side act. It's a show. That's all it is. That's all it is. You know this already. You have no choice. You have no voice at all. So just remember that here. Our forefathers knew about that. No taxation without representation. They're going to suck us dry, and we're not going to get nothing. And why? What are they doing? Creating slaves to the system, more so than ever before, making it harder for people to get by, so they have to rely on some kind of government assistance just to make ends meet. And people are willing to give anything away for that. They're willing to give their freedoms and their liberties away. And you all know that too, except you and me. You see, you, me, my buddy Jimmy, my buddy Frankie. I had to bring these guys up because I was hanging out with them last night. We had a great time. I didn't get home till late. That's why this video is out a little on the later side this morning. Yeah, I just couldn't get up. We, you, me, my buddies over there, we're the resistance. We really are. And by raising our own awareness, trying at least to raise the awareness of others and taking action, okay, I think we have our best chance here of getting through this. But again, nothing's going to be what it is like now, okay? For like 10 years, I've been warning a new system is coming, a new paradigm, an entire new set of rules. And these things are manifesting themselves right here and right now. So, as always, be ready for it. Prepare yourself for what's coming mentally, spiritually, physically. From at least from a financial standpoint, you know what to do. You follow this blog. Stay on top of what's happening here. I don't know what else to say about that. All right, people, pretty much that's it. So I want to hear from you. As I said, do you think this is it? Do you believe, let's say next week, the MMRI, Mannarino risk indicator, is going to be below 250. I guess that's the real question, because that would be a big signal that risk is lower in the market. And what's that going to do? It's going to open up a doorway for more cash to flow into the stock market, creating a bigger hyper bubble than we already have, more distortions across the spectrum of asset classes. I think that's the most likely scenario. We're going to see more intervention here from the Fed, probably on a much larger scale, because they're not done. Again, this is a presidential selection cycle. And I think they've already chosen, I know they have chosen the next president already, and it's not what you expect it to be. All right, people, this guy here loves you a lot from the heart. Please share the video. Please get it out there. Those thumbs up are extremely valuable. I will see all of you later, 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern time. I always say Pacific, so used to that. For the live stream, have some questions ready for me. Let's do this. We got this. And we can't be beaten because we are freaking invincible. We know what they're doing. We know why they're doing it. How can we lose? You understand? All right? See you later.